In this recent video, I talked about my favorite free credit cards, and towards the top of that list was the American Express Blue Cash Everyday Card, but we have never taken a deeper dive into that product, so today let's break down everything that this product has to offer, including some serious cashback on groceries and gas stations. Alright, let's jump right into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So let's get the boring core benefits out of the way and then help you decide if this is the right product for you. First of all, you're looking at 3% cashback on groceries at US supermarkets on up to $6,000 in purchases each year, as well as 3% cashback on online retail purchases on up to $6,000 per year, and 3% cashback at US gas stations on up to, you guessed it, $6,000 per year. Those are the core bonus categories with the Blue Cash Everyday Card, but there are a few limitations that you want to keep in mind. Obviously, each of those bonus categories does have that $6,000 spending limit, which will come into play later when we decide if this is a good product for you. Additionally, the 3% cashback at US supermarkets does exclude wholesale clubs, which means you're not going to earn that 3% back at places like Costco or Sam's Club, as well as superstores like Target and Walmart. So that one obviously depends on where you do most of your grocery shopping, but definitely something that you will want to keep in mind. The 3% back at gas stations, again, is not going to include those wholesale clubs and only applies to what American Express calls traditional gas stations, whatever that means. Unsurprisingly, the 3% is also limited on the online retail purchases, but thankfully, American Express does have a pretty extensive landing page that gives qualifying examples for all of these bonus categories. For all purchases outside of those specific categories, or for purchases that go above the $6,000 spending limit, you are still going to earn 1% unlimited cash back. Also, it's worth noting at this point in the video that cashback with American Express is received in the form of reward dollars, and it can then be redeemed as a statement credit for gift cards or put towards a few different options. However, it cannot be redeemed directly into a bank account, which is a little bit annoying in my opinion. Before we get to some of those more minute benefits with this product, a huge benefit that I love with the Blue Cash Everyday Card right now is the $250 cash bonus when you spend just $2,000 in the first 6 months of having this card. That bonus is clearly meant to be a direct competitor with something like the Chase Freedom Flex or Unlimited cards, which have a $200 cash sign-up bonus, but require a much higher spending limit of $6,000. So it's pretty rare to get any kind of sign-up bonus with a free credit card, but $250 for such a small spending requirement is one of the best currently on the market. Also, while I've alluded to it a few times already, I should clarify that the Blue Cash Everyday Card has no annual fee, so don't get this confused with the Blue Cash Preferred Card, or even more confusing, the American Express Everyday Preferred Card. Whoever named these should definitely be fired, but if you'd like to see a full comparison of these different products, then definitely let me know about that down in the comment section. But today we are specifically looking at the free Blue Cash Everyday Card. So for 90% of users, those are going to be the core benefits of this product, and the nice thing is there's no enrolling in categories or rotating bonus multipliers, and you don't have to activate anything. So if that is something that you dislike about products like the Freedom Flex or the Discover It credit card, then a simple cashback credit card with decent bonus categories like the Blue Cash Everyday might be worth checking out for you. But beyond those core benefits, you've also got some more niche benefits, including $7 back each month after you spend $14 or more on eligible subscription services like the Disney Bundle, which includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. That is a very niche benefit in my opinion, and as I always say, unless this is something that you were paying for anyways, it's really not going to save you any money. Plus, as you've probably noticed, this only covers 7 of the $14 required to get this benefit. Meaning at the end of the day, you're still paying $7 out of pocket at a minimum, plus it appears that this only applies for new customers since it says that enrollment is required. So in my opinion, this is only a true net benefit to someone who is actively thinking about and ready to sign up for this Disney bundle and is able to cover part of that cost with the benefit, but otherwise, it's really a net loss. Lastly, you're going to get a $15 per month statement credit for purchases to Home Chef using your Blue Cash Everyday card. And if you're not familiar with Home Chef, this is just one of those home delivery meal services like Blue Apron or HelloFresh, where they deliver ingredients to your front door, and you're then able to make a home-cooked meal relatively easily, usually in less than an hour. And I have used these home delivery services myself, but again, it's not a net benefit unless you were planning on getting this anyways. Plus, these meal delivery services usually cost a lot more than $15 per month. So unless you're already paying for this and it is actually reducing a line item on your monthly budget, then again, not necessarily a net benefit. The reason I keep coming back to that word net benefit for those of you that are confused is because I always talk about getting a true to budget value out of your credit card. Meaning, are you getting a bunch of discounts and benefits for things that you otherwise would never purchase, or are the discounts and benefits from your credit card actually helping to reduce your existing expenses? If the latter is true, then you are getting a true value benefit out of your card, but otherwise you are just buying things at a discount that you otherwise would never have purchased, and again, that makes it a net loss. Now, for the sake of being thorough, I will mention that American Express does have some payment flexibility options and a new offer with a low APR for the first 15 months, including their new Buy Now, Pay Later, Plan It feature. But I am not a fan of any of these because they all involve different interests and fees, and again, that really defeats the purpose of getting a credit card in my opinion. With the Blue Cash Everyday card, you surprisingly also get car rental loss and damage insurance, which does obviously come with some restrictions, but if you frequently travel and are renting vehicles, then this could actually save you a lot of money because you're able to decline the collision damage waiver from the car rental company. And of course, as is the case with pretty much every American Express credit card, you also have access to their Global Assist hotline, purchase protection, fraud protection, and a handful of other features that personally I'm not a huge fan of, like the Pay It, Plan It feature. So all things considered, this is a fairly simple card that offers at its core some good bonuses on groceries and gas and specific retail purchases, but with fairly low annual spending limits and limited additional benefits and protections. Is this the right card for you? Well, I could and probably will do an entire separate video comparing this card to something like the Blue Cash Preferred, which has a $95 annual fee, but some upgraded benefits. However, the general rule of thumb with this one that I have found is if you spend more than $61 a week on groceries, which is most of us probably, then you would actually end up getting more value out of something like the Blue Cash Preferred, even when accounting for that $95 annual fee. And if you're looking to get into the American Express point space instead of just getting the cash back, then you also might want to check out something like the standard Everyday Preferred card. But there are lots of products that have that $95 annual fee that are definitely worth checking out if you spend a lot of money on dining, groceries, gas, and stuff like that. That said, if you don't spend a lot of money in those categories, or you're just the type of person who does not want to pay an annual fee on a credit card, regardless of what the math says, which is totally understandable, then the Blue Cash Everyday card is a fantastic choice. Two final things to keep in mind. First of all, this does require you to have what most would consider good to excellent credit in order to get approved, which is definitely a bummer for a free credit card. So if you are just getting started and you have no credit history or damaged credit history, then you'll probably want to look into a more beginner product like the Discover 8 credit card in order to build up that credit score and then go ahead and apply for something like this in the future. And lastly, American Express in general is not as widely accepted internationally since they do charge higher fees than some other card providers, and as a result, the Blue Cash Everyday card does charge you a 2.7% international transaction fee. So if you do frequently travel internationally, then I would definitely look into an alternative option because those fees can really start to add up. There are plenty of $95 annual fee cards that have no international transaction fees and will offer you a lot of protections and peace of mind when traveling abroad. So I'd love to know what you think of the Blue Cash Everyday card down in the comment section, and whether you'd like to see a full comparison between the Blue Cash Everyday and the Blue Cash Preferred cards, since I know a lot of people get their benefits confused because they are so similar. Be sure to check out some of my favorite financial tools using those links down below the like button. And as always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.